the suppression, the use of marijuana.
All right, we fired up.
These spider arms come out too if you need to.
I kind of like it there.
Yeah, I kind of like it there too.
All right, Jim, welcome, man. Thanks for coming on Coffee and Contemplation.
Oh, we're rolling right now.
Oh, it's just going.
God, I didn't know you did that. Right?
Yeah, sip the coffees.
I haven't had coffee in.
Yeah, you're not a coffee guy.
You were probably there last time I had coffee. It was probably at Exos at Ship Shape.
Oh yeah, the free ones we
a
get.
few years ago. Yeah,
That was horrible.
it was not good. Yeah, but I drank.
Some of the worst free coffee I've ever
I used to
had.
go to Starbucks though.
Yeah, and
like
just
to-
pay for it.
Yeah.
There was like a free option. I'd still pay for Starbucks.
Yeah, which we did.
Yeah.
With the mean lady at the.
She was mean.
She was really mean. At
Ship-
Bogle.
Ship Shape, Exos. Usually you just do straight caffeine pills, huh?
Yeah, that's the economical choice.
Yeah.
And it sits better in my stomach. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for a while, yeah. Ever since I realized that was a thing. I was like, I like caffeine, but I don't like the way that I feel after drinking coffee, so
Yeah.
I'm finding a workaround. Turns out they
Straight
have a product
pills.
just for me.
Supplement.
Yeah, dude, little capsules. I break it in some water. I mix some like water flavoring stuff into it, because otherwise it tastes like ass.
Yeah.
Caffeine is so bitter, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean even coffee sometimes can be rough, but
It can be a little rough. I like the taste of it. I just don't like how it sits. But I mean,
yeah.
it's the only way to contemplate.
Exactly. The only way to contemplate. Well, thanks for having me today in your garage, Jim. This place looks dope.
Yeah, man. Thanks, dude. Been working on it for almost probably 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really come together.
It's coming together. It's pretty much. I haven't done anything to it in a few months.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I feel
I
like you
got
have
everything I need,
everything. Yeah, I don't feel like anything else that you would add. What would be some stuff that you would add if you could?
I don't know, man. We talk about like getting like an air bike or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a 1-car garage, so like space is an issue,
Right.
and it's already pretty packed up. So I don't know what else we would get. Michelle, my wife, keeps wanting. She's like, "Are we gonna get a treadmill?" I'm like, "Run outside.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
You got a treadmill right there.
yeah, go ahead.
Open the door."
Yep.
So if we got something, it'd probably be a bike or a rower, maybe a cardio piece. But
Yeah. Having an air dine or something would be sick.
air down would be sick.
But like you said, maybe space would be
Yeah,
kind of jam you up a little bit.
I might like something like that. We could even like we have a basement too. We could put it down there.
Yeah, true.
Like just go do that down there and
Yeah.
come back up. But
Yeah,
um,
the treadmill's not my favorite go-to.
it's not like an emergency
Coat rack.
because you can like exactly like it's the only one that has a workaround just inherently like you can go run anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no one needs a treadmill.
No, but that's awesome. I think you have everything you need. How are you training in here like 100% of the time, or you like go somewhere else? Or?
I go to the that's what I'm doing. Pat Davidson's athletic weapons, a lot of like sprint work.
Mm.
Well, at least in the later stage, I'm on block 2 right now.
There
I think
you
he's
go.
on like block 5 or 6 right now. I'm like way behind.
Is that kind of like a live thing that he's doing?
He's doing it live, but like he like posted all the blocks like on when you subscribe and you get access to everything.
Mm.
So I'm just like kind of going through from phase 1. So I'm like I don't know if anyone else is doing the same thing I'm doing right now. I'm kind of way behind, but there's a lot of sprints. So I'm going to the track, like just the high schools all around. So I'll just go there, and I'll bring my med balls and I'll do med ball stuff there, and then because I don't have a wall to throw balls at around here. Like
Right.
This drywall would fall apart.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm training at the track and I'm training here. And if I'm at the gym with clients, then I'll train there.
How many days a week are you seeing clients?
3.
3.
Yeah.
And then
Not a
coaching,
lot.
and then coaching as well.
Coaching, yeah, we're out of season right now. I do indoor track and spring track. So right now, a lot of the guys are like playing football or soccer. Some of them are going to be training like for track in the fall, so I'll be helping them with that kind of virtually.
Mm.
I probably won't be seeing a lot of the kids unless they like want to come to the gym, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now.
What was like the learning curve with that? Because I know you were like big into powerlifting in college.
Oh yeah, dude, I pulled a full 180.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like heavyweight's stupid now.
I feel
All
like
that matters is speed.
Yeah. It really
I hate
just switched up.
heavyweights. Yeah, I don't know. That was like in grad school. I was like lucky enough to have Ken Clark
Yeah.
as a professor because I went to Westchester, and like he's like the speed guy,
Yeah.
and I like little did I know
I just knew him
going
as my
into it.
biomechanics.
Yeah, like
professor
you went
when
there
I
too.
was
Yeah,
hungover.
yeah. He doesn't like tell anybody. He's like, by the way, guys, I'm the guy.
Yeah, no.
So-
Like I found that out like same deal. Like you're kind of talking about him, and like on the back end, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's like like world-renowned
Yeah.
speed researcher,
He's
and I'm
like-
like just messing around with him in my like biomechanics 101
Yeah,
class.
all the weights
So,
and office hours, we could have been talking shop.
yeah,
But-
just
Yeah.
not that conscious around.
He's just like
learning
using
at that point.
he uses like speed stuff and a lot of his like examples. I had him for like motor learning was the class that I had with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like constantly like kind of all his slides are, like a skill like speed drills that he's using as examples for like cueing and teaching how to move. So like I was like kind of he gradually got me kind of obsessed with speed through that. Not intentionally. I don't think he knows that he was
Yeah,
like
just having this
my
huge
path
impact on
is,
your
yeah.
life.
I don't know if he remembers me at all, but so then I like started like kind of googling like speed stuff and like looking for like speed podcasts and stuff and noticing that he's like on all he's like a guest on. I'm like, oh my god, he's like
I know.
he's the dude. Yeah, and they're like, oh, we're gonna talk to world-renowned Professor Ken Clark. I'm like, oh my god, this
Yeah.
guy, I see him twice a week. That's cool.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was like you said, I remember you were in grad school when we started working at Exos, and I think us getting the back end training from Exos as well like had to be an influence in terms of like
that was a big Nick Winkelman's course on there through the Exos platform. Exos had their education was awesome.
that was amazing.
Their certs and stuff were so cool.
Yeah, it's just I
Underrated.
think it's just such a cool company too. I mean, we were in like the corporate aspect, so we like didn't necessarily utilize everything
The job
like
was
performance
weak,
based.
but
Yeah.
the resources were so tight.
Yeah, the resources were great. Little Adidas discount.
Yeah, dude, everything we got there was cool.
Yeah.
I still wear like my Exos like shirt
Oh, yeah,
all
same.
the time at the gym and stuff, and like people at the gym like know that I used to work there but don't anymore. And like, why do you still wear that? You don't work there anymore. I don't wear shirts from my life.
Just
I was like,
swag.
they're still an awesome company, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think that says a lot if you can work for a company and leave there and then still want to wear their shirt.
Yeah.
But it's just like an Adidas
They're
T-shirt
awesome.
too.
I
like-
gotta work. Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
cool, man.
It's just a
it's a good
t-shirt.
shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. People wear like Eagles shirts. They don't work for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Just a fan, man.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing over there.
No, it's definitely such a that was a huge impact on me and just like my whole like even mindset around training and stuff. Because like I was always like I'm gonna do this physical therapy route. Was in like PT clinics, but then didn't go to PT school right away. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a CSCS and I'm gonna start personal training, and then finding Exos, and then learning about strength coaches and just the performance aspect of it. Because it's like kind of slept walk through that in college.
Yeah.
And then you realize that there's people that are like, no, they're like switched on with this stuff. Where I think PTs are kind of lacking in a lot of ways that they could learn from strength coaches and
I think
just
you
like
took a
performance
good
based.
path. That's like the way to go.
Yeah, no, I'm like so thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like if I just went from the PT aspect and then tried to go back around, I'd be like,
Yeah.
why are people doing these
Why are they
things?
doing this?
Yeah,
You know, you kind of got
It's
your
like-
foot in both camps. You know why things are going the way they're going.
yeah,
I think that's the way to do it.
yeah.
Maybe some PTs that went the other route would probably argue and say like, no, this is the way to do it. Strength coaches are stupid, but I don't know.
I mean, I just see like a different kind of like passion and like interest in people who went for like strength conditioning. Like a strength coach, like you're grinding.
There are always people who are walking the walk too. Like there are people who train like
Yeah.
themselves. Like
Yes.
how many PTs do you see that like have never lifted a weight in their lives?
I think it's getting more common, but still like
I think the new wave of PTs are more kind of closer to the path that you took too.
yeah. And I
Which
think
is
PTs like, especially when it comes to performance, I think they're like a little bit behind just because PT school's taught from like an inpatient setting.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a lot of stuff we learn. It's like, oh, great, cardiorespiratory, like pretty acute neurological conditions and things like that. But in terms of performance and like, what you should be doing maybe more in an outpatient setting, you're not really crushing it with that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like outdated things that like, I would never do that in the clinic.
yeah.
But no, I'm definitely thankful for Exos in that route and meeting people like you, obviously AJ at Zarrett, and then just a number of anyone all along the path has like taught me stuff. But
Yeah, Zara was
it's a
cool,
never-ending
too.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
This like whole thing, because it's like, oh, I think I know a lot, and I'm like, I don't know shit.
Every time you get sent right back to the bottom of the Dunning-Kruger curve. Like, fuck. I thought I was on the way back up, but I was at the top of the knowing nothing.
Yeah,
Damn.
just a continual knowing nothing.
Yeah, dude, I'll never know anything.
It's all right. Me neither.
I don't know.
So in terms of like you and your team, like what was the learning curve with that? Like, because I know you were coaching in the past in terms of like water polo,
Yeah.
but now like kind of using all your background to influence these like high school. Was it high school?
It's high school, yeah. Dude, it was tough. you're dealing with it's weird. Like you think you understand like all these concepts and how to apply them, and like virtually you do. But then when you try to do it with like 90 kids who are all at different places athletically and performance wise, and they all need different things. And we had 2 coaches for 90 boys. We only had the boys, the girls were separate. And just trying to deal with 90 kids. Some of them are throwers, some of them are jumpers, some of them are sprinters, some of them are slow sprinters, some of them are really good sprinters, some of them are distance kids, some of them are not that great distance kids yet, some of them are really good distance kids. And trying to like get everyone doing what they need to do, as opposed to like, that's why you kind of look back at like high school coaches and like in like the field that we're in, like strength conditioning stuff, high school coaches get a lot of flack for being like, there's so many of them that are just like, go run 200s until you get sick, and then that's practice today.
Yeah.
But like, and once you get in there, you can like, I understand how easy that could be to fall into like, oh fuck it, just go run 200s.
Yeah.
There's so many of you, and like,
it's just hard to manage.
It's hard to do. Yeah, it's hard to manage. Managing that many kids was a challenge. I think we did a good job of it, and it was it's really cool to like. That was like the first chance that I had to like implement all the sport performance stuff that I've been studying, because that's always been kind of my passion. But I've always had like, just like, you know, regular personal training clients like in their 40s and stuff who are just trying to like stay fit, live longer, and age well. Yeah. It's like they're not trying. I don't care how far they can jump. Like, so I'm like, that's the part that I want you to want to jump high. Come on, let's work on that.
Are you like being pretty objective with like the stuff that you're doing with these kids? Like are you using any like tools to like measure?
Yeah, we measure a lot. We take a lot of video, which was cool. Like the kids get excited about that. So that was like fun. So like sprinting obviously happens fast. So it's like hard, and especially me being like a new coach, like pretty new to sprinting in general too. Like I've been into sprinting for like maybe a year and a half, 2 years, so I've been like really diving into that as a sport. And so I'm like, this is my first time like trying to coach it, and like watching sprinters is hard to get. Like we're doing starts.
It happens quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. I'm like, all right, do a start. I'm gonna watch him and give you feedback, because I know what to look for in like a start and stuff, and like how to cue, how to change things, and what's gonna be best for everybody. To like the best of my knowledge so far, at least. Maybe I'll change my mind on all that later. But so I'm like, know what to look for. But then there go, and I missed it. Like your legs are going too quick. So slow motion video, we use a lot of that, and we kind of use like a kinegram. It's Altus. Is like, I don't know if you know Altus. They're like Stan Path kind of runs it. They have similar to Exos. They have like some education stuff. So I like taking courses on them, and it's they have like a kinegram that they use where they tell you where to pause like each frame in like a slow motion video during the gait cycle, what to look for in each phase, like touchdown, toe off, mid stance, and there's 5 different frames. So like kind of using each of those, standardizing that so you know what to look for every time, and that's how we give them feedback. And we'll use like, you can time in slow motion too, like you can put a stopwatch on there. Yeah. Make sure kids are going as fast as they need to go during the fast work and as slow as they need to go during the slow work. And so yeah, we use a lot of objective stuff. I'm big like, I like data, so like I'm trying to collect as much data as possible, use that to justify my decisions. No, that's like coaching wise.
That's like a fun like back end part. I feel like because like I never feel like the athlete or the client is like super interested. And that's something, they want the results and everything, but then you're like, all right, cool, man.
I think the high school kids think it's cool. They think it's fun to like kind of, that we're using like technology to do stuff. Even like some of our kids, like the new kids, we had like indoor track where it's like not that many kids. So that was like a cool kind of intro. And then outdoor started, and I'd already been doing like all this stuff with the indoor kids. And the outdoor, some of the kids like coming out and they don't know that like we do all this data. Well, because it was our first season coaches. Like we're new coaches. These kids are coming back. I don't know who they had last year. And they're like, I'm like talking like, I'm Coach Jim, we're gonna do some like video stuff and we're gonna like check it out and whatever. And the kid's like, what, he's gonna like take a video? And the indoor kid's like, yeah, he's gonna like do all kinds of crazy like analysis stuff. He's just gonna like, he's just gonna analyze everything. You're gonna get all kinds of cool stuff. I'm like, all right.
No, yeah, it definitely, it definitely, I think as a kid, like they have to appreciate how much like effort you're obviously putting into helping them get better. First, like go run 200s. Yeah. And then it's like, which is such an easy you throw up, and like, especially when you're saying like sprinting, like the rest intervals, you're going to give people a lot more rest intervals. Yeah, it's like why are we making this a very aerobic event?
Which feels boring. Like you feel weird doing that. And that was another big thing. But I noticed like it's weird doing like 100-meter like all out sprint, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna do that 2 more times, but we're gonna rest 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're like just standing around, and I'm like, this feels weird. I feel like they should be doing something, but they
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Do you like? Yeah, I guess would you superset like some sort of mobility something?
What
like
I would
that?
do now is, I would do, and this is something that Pat Davidson does in his athletic weapon program, which is like another thing. That's why I like to buy people's programs that know what they're doing better than I do, because I'm like, let's see how they put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Yeah.
So what he does is like low intensity calisthenics, just to keep you moving, keep the blood moving, but nothing that's going to take energy out of you. Nothing's going to beat you down too much.
Right.
Because we want your nervous system still as fresh as possible, because that's an all-out effort. If you're not going fast enough, then you're not getting what we want you to get out of it.
Right.
So the rest is important. But like we're doing that, like we're sharing the track with the girls team who has all different coaches, and they're doing like the old school kind of just go run 200s kind of thing. And so they're all like looking at the guys are all standing around, and they're all like, like 100 like takes a lot out of you, but like you feel pretty good pretty soon after. So they're like kind of like all talking, to like messing around. They're high school boys, so, they're like just a bunch of fuckheads.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like I'm like looking bad because the other coaches like, why are they like guys are just standing around?
Gotta be keeping them busy all the time.
Why aren't they running? I'm like, because they ran yesterday. I'm like, we're doing fast stuff today.
Yeah. No, I think understanding that is like important because I think it just in like any sort of like workout. I think people are like, I should be doing something all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like, even if you're like training strength or power, it's like, we're going to take like 3 to 5 minute rests. And people are like, what?
Gotta
like,
keep the
what do I
output high.
do? Yeah, what do I do?
We're just standing around? Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
like,
yeah, to go. I'm like,
Like, just stand around.
even
We're
when
like,
you
yeah,
think
I
you're
like to do
ready.
like some sort of superset, some mobility or something just to keep them like occupied.
Yeah.
Like, so they're not like, this trainer sucks.
And that's
but
where
it's like
that,
what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. That's where the objective, like the measuring the times comes in handy. Because if like I'll let them go early. Like, all right, if you feel ready, go ahead. Like, I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Go. I'm like, look, you went like 0.6 slower.
Right.
You gotta rest longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to keep the speed the same. We gotta stay high.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Because if you can, like, if we're trying to get you good at like running like 10.5 meters per second, something like that, and we're just doing reps at 9.8 meters per second, you're just getting good at running 9.8. We don't want you to run 9.8. We want you to run 10.6, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You gotta run faster. So,
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, if you're training, if you want to train to be fast, you gotta be fast.
Yeah, you gotta run fast.
It's like simple, but it's like
Yeah, and then that's the way that you can cover so many meters at that speed. It's taking long, like doing short runs, taking a lot of rest. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to cover that amount of distance at that speed. It's getting
kind of
reps
like
in,
a
baby.
kind of like a parallel to what you were saying about how it's easy to fall into that go run 200s because you have
So
like 90
easy, dude.
people.
So tempting.
Like working at like a basic PT clinic that's kind of like a mill type thing. Like I understand why PTs treat the way they do.
Yeah.
Like they have 4 patients in the hour.
It's exhausting.
It's like, yeah, go do clamshells. Like go do like some passive modality.
Yeah,
because I have to do 3 other things and write notes.
Yeah.
So it's like it is so simple to just that's the culture. Let's fall into the culture and just work and do it. But like, specifically for you, this isn't that's not necessarily your job. It's
I'm
more like a
getting no
passion.
money for this.
Yeah. So it's like, like you're like, I'm gonna do it my way. Take the measures I want to take, and like help these kids obviously improve. Like so that I know you had like some successful.
We got a couple like real big studs, and that's like kind of even more motivational. I don't want to let these kids down. They got a lot of money on the line. They can go to school for free unless I mess them up.
Are they like seeing like big improvements? You think like
like they're all getting faster, which is really cool to see. Because that's like you never know. Like I think I understand how this all works, but I've never done it before. So let's do it my way, and hopefully it works. And it did. So that's cool to see.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, because you never like maybe I'm wrong, and they all get slower.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Then we all stood around in practice looking like assholes, and then all the coaches were right.
Well, that is like so true. Like to have someone like obviously you're well educated in the field and like can come and help these kids get scholarships, which is huge. Versus like, oh no, the English teacher won an extra $1,000 for the season, so he's just out there coaching track.
Yeah.
Where it's like, come on, like
I'm there because I like sprinting.
Yeah, no, that's awesome that you do that.
It's on the Sprintember too. Man.
Yeah, I see the shirt. It's all just relevant at this point.
Dude, it's all sprint.
Where's the accent shirt?
I'm the sprint guy. It's on my desk.
Do you have like a overall goal? Like, would you like to like continue going, like maybe coaching like a college setting or something like that? Or are you kind of just doing this more as a hobby?
It's a hobby right now. It's like I'm still kind of feeling it out. Like, this is still like me kind of experimenting, like kind of seeing if what I think I know actually works as a coach myself. Because like I've never coached like high level athletes before. Even like water polo is like totally different. Like the stimuli is different, the demands are way different because you're in the water. There's no impact and stuff, so it's easier to kind of get away with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I would like to keep doing it. The high school level is really fun. I don't know if I would. College is a lot of work for. I would have to like the nice thing about high school is I can work my other job full time, and like so I make sure I have money coming in. College is like they pay you nothing and you're working crazy hours.
Yeah,
so
it's good
like,
balance.
Yeah, it's
a weird deal.
Fun, yeah, but I don't know. I'd like to go private and kind of focus on sprinting eventually, but I think I'm like.
Would you like to solely focus on sprinting or kind of just everything?
I mean, I think it's tough to solely focus on sprinting because
right.
like your client base is so small, you can't kind of put food on the table doing
You're
that.
Just coming for Ken Clark.
At least not right. Yeah, exactly. I'll just be Ken Clark one day. No, but yeah, I'd like to go private. That's kind of always been the thought. But like, it's kind of like we were saying earlier. Like the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know, and I like keep push myself back. I'm like maybe I'm not ready yet, but I also think maybe I need to just dive in too.
Dude, yeah.
So that's like kind of what AJ did. He was like just throw myself in the deep end and
dude, exactly.
Figure it out.
Yeah, like perfection's the enemy of progress. Sometimes you just got to go, and I realize like that people don't like. I think people get like structures or they get like some framework and they just like sell it.
Yeah.
But it's like there's always more to it. You know what I mean?
I keep falling in that trap too. I keep trying to write programs to just sell, and I'm like, who am I marketing this for? Well, if it's for this group of people, that needs to be a little bit different. It's for this group, and then I have like 90 different programs. Like this is.
But it could be but it could be like general.
Yeah.
And then if you want it more specific, well, we'll talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta buy one-on-ones.
Exactly. But I saw a quote too the other day that I liked. It was like this thing of like consistently like learning more, but it was like I may be wrong, but I'm not lying.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
I think I'm right.
Yeah. Until I learn some new information.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, well, alright.
Dude, there was a surgeon that came to Zaret like a few years back. I think it was before I was even there. I think it was AJ telling me about it, but he was saying he'd been a surgeon forever. He did like he was an orthopedic surgeon, and he was saying if I did your knee replacement before 1980, whatever, I did it wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did it wrong, and you're fucked.
I mean,
but I thought I was doing it right. That's how everyone did them. But we learned since then, and like, hey, those were all bad.
Yeah.
So like, who knows what in 10 years, like this was all wrong too.
Continual learning process.
Stay on top of it, man.
How does it go in terms of like? I feel like balancing high school kids. Like, all right, there's like a performance aspect, but then just like the social high school kid aspect.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're like mentoring them in a different way, or do you kind of like are hands off with that?
I don't. I kind of try to stay away from that because it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I like try to like they like start talking about their social lives with each other, and like it's weird like high school kids. And I remember doing this as a high school athlete myself. Like we'll be like just kind of you forget the coaches are right there, and you're like just talking about things that like you probably wouldn't be talking about with like a coach around. Yeah. And so like they start down, I'm like, guys, like. I just either talk quieter or I'm gonna leave.
It just makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, like
that definitely has to be weird.
It's like they have a social life, but like you know that like we weren't in high school that long ago. It's like whatever. Like I know.
I remember what it was like.
And I try to like they want their high school. They want to do stuff that's fun. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you're not pro athletes. I'm not gonna treat you like pro athletes. It's like a lot of them like we have like really good sprinters on our team that are gonna be seniors. So like part of me wants to be like. Let's focus on sprinting. We're gonna like build a sprinting like training base all fall, so you're ready for indoor, and then that'll lead us into outdoor where we'll like try to crush some good numbers. But they're like, I want to play football. I want to play soccer. So I'm like, you know what?
No,
go play football. Go play soccer. Do whatever you guys want. This isn't gonna matter.
Yeah,
like,
keep it like. That's what I mean. I think like keep it fun. Like that's the biggest thing. It's like if you want someone to be successful at something, it has to be like
there's not going to be zero
thing.
Carryover. Like they're still getting impacts. They're still running. Like it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing football, it's a lot easier to run when no one's trying to chase you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different kind of running. But I was like, just don't do cross country.
Yeah.
If you're doing the 200 or faster, don't do cross country. But if you want to, fine. I'm not gonna like stop you. I'm not gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
But if you love cross country and you love the 100, you're a weird breed. But do whatever you want.
Literally.
So yeah, they're high school kids. Treat them like high school kids. They're there to have fun.
Yeah.
Some of them are there to fuck around too, and I'm kind of more welcoming of that than I probably should be. Because I was that kid too. Senior year, I like went out for track to just throw javelin. I was like, I'm gonna go throw javelin. I sucked at it. I was just there to hang out with my friends. Yeah, I just wanted to do something to do after school, be outside. So there's a bunch of those kids too, and like you know who they are immediately, and like
Yeah. You just kind of dap them up. Like,
I just kind of
bro.
let them. Yeah. I'm like, you're here to have fun. Like whatever. I'm not gonna spend a lot of energy on you. Then that's our mutual agreement. Like I'm not gonna coach you up too much because I gotta spend time on these kids that are actually trying to do something with it. Yeah. But I'm not gonna tell you to leave if you're messing around, unless as long as you're not distracting other kids. Like
yeah, if you're just there having fun, kind of.
Yeah. After this season, like maybe I should crack down a little bit on that too.
Well, you said first season, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm not trying to make any statements. My first time there, I was like, I've never coached this before. They're also like, I didn't run in high school. So
right.
The kids like, what were your times in college and high school? I'm like, I didn't do any of
You're
this.
like,
yeah.
Well, my squat was.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a timed 100 to my name. Like ever. I've never done this.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I just know it in theory.
That's all that really matters.
Turns out it was enough. Yeah, for now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these kids also thought it was old. That was fun. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
So I mean, I guess maybe I am old, but so I'm like getting into like sprinting myself. I was telling you, I'm like doing some of this because I'm not gonna just tell people to do stuff and not do it myself. I'm gonna see what it feels like. So I've been sprinting, and so one of the kids in the spring was like, "Coach, like we were doing 30-yard sprints just off from 2-point on the grass." He was like, jump in, do one of these. We were like racing to make it fun. I was like, fine. So I like raced one of our just slower kids, and he beat me. But he was slower, but he's not bad. So he crushed me in the 30. But I guess I held my own. Like I was right.
You were there.
I was up there with him, yeah. And our stud kid apparently on the end zone was talking to one of our coaches, and he was like, "Wow, Coach moves pretty good for a guy his age." And our other coach, Andrew, was like, "How old do you think he is?" And he was like, "I don't know, mid-40s." He was like, "No, tell him that when he gets back." So I got back and just like, "Zach, tell him how old you think he is." He was like, mid-40s. I was like, "I'm 29.
Thanks.
He was like, "Oh." I was like, "Maybe I don't move that good for 29.
Well, the beard. It's the beard.
It's the beard. I got a shaved head, dude. So they're like
mid-40s.
Yeah, Coach's mid-40s. So that was a joke the rest of the season. He's like, "How's the kids?" I'm like, "Shut up, dude."
Yeah, come on. Well, that's fun. Yeah. That's fun.
It's fun to mess around. High school kids are fun.
A big motivation for my podcast was your little podcast with Steve that you did a couple times. I was like, this guy did it. I can do this.
We got 2 excellent episodes.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, they're really good. They're fun to do, like you were saying.
Yeah,
like if nothing else, like
around.
it's just fun to hang out and kind of document it. I don't know for who, but
yeah, my 10 viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good.
All 10 of the viewers. I don't think we probably had 11. You have more than we did, but I don't know.
Trying to build it, I guess, but also not really attached to it too much. I don't really.
Yeah,
care
it's like
that
if
much.
it grows, it grows.
It's like a hobby. It's like a hobby.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like, well, I'm just doing it. Whatever.
That's what Joe Rogan said. His was like, I was just doing it for fun, and if it grows, it grows, and it happened to blow up.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
The
Keep
biggest
going.
thing ever, yeah. So maybe you're Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You like
Should
jujitsu?
be. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. All right, bro. Well, honestly, I think this was perfect. I'm trying to keep this relatively watchable.
Yeah, pretty brief.
I'm gonna try to go Joe Rogan length pods.
Yeah, we got 2 more hours. How long was this? 20 minutes, maybe?
I don't even know.
I don't know either. I should start a timer. Me and Steve started a timer whenever we did it.
Did you?
Yeah, we just kept track of it.
Yeah. I just am just flowing.
Just go with it.
Just go with it. All right, dude. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Thank you, man.
Sprintember.
This has been fun. Sprintember. Go to Mike Tucker's Instagram. He's got a link in his bio. He runs Sprintember. You can get the program. It's free. If you want to get into sprinting, that's a good way to do it. I don't know. I'm plugging other people's products. I don't have anything to plug.
What about Performance Ready?
Yeah. I'll teach you how to sprint if you come to my website, performanceready.com.